The Bible is against double standards. So when we try to find out if something is true or not, or a narrative that somebody is painting is true, you got to ask yourself the question: is the standard they're using to judge the same standard that they hold to when they're judging themselves, or if they were to judge a family member or a friend that way? And so that's the most important thing. The Bible talks about contradictions, and what we would call them as lies or seeming contradictions. Something can seemingly be a contradiction if we don't know more of the facts, if we do not know more of the situation or the context. And so, studying and research and all this, there has to be a lot of work to be done. You got to ask yourself, would I apply this same standard to someone else? Like how the speculation in Candace Owens is with Erica Kirk saying, I just don't have a good feeling about this. I don't have a good feeling about her. She shouldn't be happy after her husband has died. And it's like, wait a minute, are you saying she should never be happy because her husband has died? Are you saying maybe she has mourned and she has concluded that it's possible that with her relationship with God has strengthened her to be happy? Yeah, but she has money. So what? Are you saying that everybody that has money is a problem, or in some suspicious way should be criticized a little bit more? You don't do that. Do you criticize the poor that way? You say, no, okay, then there's a bias here. There's a person who has money, and now there's a bias here that you wouldn't apply to someone else who's, let's say, not as fortunate. Isn't it possible that Charlie Kirk's wife is trying to continue his legacy against the attacks by people who hate her? Don't you think that it's possible? See, so I can go on and on and on, that you have to really, really start using the same standard you judge and apply that to yourself. Apply that to anybody else. Well, Erica Kirk's in the spotlight right now, so we should judge her a little bit more. Really? Are you judging Candace Owens the same way? Don't you realize that it's possible that she's a bitter, scorned woman who wanted a relationship with Charlie Kirk but didn't get it? And the way she's talking now, she expects herself to be the CEO of Turning Point because she was such a influential person on the right? Well, but guess what? She's not on the right no more. It seems like she's going left politically, and she's talking about ICE. She's talking about churches being investigated. She's against everything that she was standing for before. It's because she is grabbing a different audience now with these criticisms of Charlie Kirk, and now she's running with it. All the people that believed her at first jumped off, and she's lost, so much viewership. Last thing I seen, it was like 50-something% viewership. It's dropped because no one believes her. And that's all I'm trying to say, is when we criticize, we have to apply those things to ourselves. Apply those to every person if we're going to be consistent. If we can't apply it to every person, and we would never apply it to ourselves, let's say you had a wife or a husband and who died, who was assassinated in public, and they caught the shooter. Someone might say, well, what if they didn't catch the shooter? The trial hasn't even begun yet. So why are you jumping the gun with your bias? You're being biased because you've been influenced by Candace Owens. And so because of that, now everything is suspicious because of a feeling, because of a dream. Come on. This is not the way discernment is supposed to be done. No one goes to work if the donut is taken at work and you start criticizing people you don't like and ignore the person who actually has a donut crumbs on his face. You don't do that unless you've been brainwashed to do that. Unless someone's told you, I hate that guy, I think he's the one who did it. And then everybody starts looking at that guy and actually ignoring the person with the donuts on their face. You see that? So, discernment is not a feeling. The Bible doesn't teach discernment is a feeling. It never does. And this is what bothers me when I hear someone say, I feel this or that. Okay, if you're feeling a certain way, but I know you're in the Word of God and you are trained with the Word of God, I might say, okay, well, tell me about it. What evidence do you have about that? Well, I don't have evidence. I just have feeling. Oh, okay. Well, just throw that away, because that's not going to be that's not a good way to discern anything, right? That's not a good way if you have no evidence. If you're walking down an alley and you say, I don't have a good feeling about this alley. Why? Because you might have seen a shadow over there, or it's just you don't feel protected. I'm not saying go look for evidence to make sure first. This is an alley. This is you're not accusing the alley of anything. The alley is not a person that you could destroy their lives if you're wrong on the wrong alley to be safe or not, right? But when you start criticizing someone, a person, now you're destroying their reputation. You're throwing their name in the mud. You know, way back in the days. Today, I don't know how it is, but you know, you needed receipts. You needed paperwork on someone before you start accusing them of anything. You needed evidence. You needed evidence. Even on the streets. The rumors I hear today is like, hey, you could just put a label on somebody and everybody will jump on that guy. This guy's a rat. This guy's this or that without even paperwork. Like, what in the world is going on? Even on the streets, you see, you come from the streets, you come to church, and now you come with that ridiculous background with no evidence-based stuff. And now you're just saying, oh, I have a bad feeling about that guy. Say, hey, well, I have a bad feeling about you when you don't have evidence. How about that? Does that work? Does that work? It doesn't work. If you can't apply the same standard to yourself, that is what is called hypocrisy. Let's not be hypocrites. Don't follow someone who's making millions of dollars off of a dead friend by attacking his wife. We should never be that way. We should never even think that way. You don't even have the evidence yet. The trial hasn't even started. So we withhold judgment until we see all the evidence. That's it. That's God's way. That's the biblical way. Prove all things. Hold fast to that which is good. Prove all things. God bless.